It's the show that knows the rules of Fight Club, but breaks them because that's how we roll. It's episode 6 of World of Stew.
You want a podcast? Well, here's a podcast. You want a podcast? Here's the World of Stew.
Hello and welcome back to episode 6 of World of Stew. And I am back with the second half of the two-part cartoon showdown that is the 80s cartoons against the cartoons of the modern age. Now, as I discussed previously, I am not an expert on the cartoons of the modern age, but I do have my two experts with me again today. I have Jessica Rose.
Hey!
And I have Megan Ramey.
Hello, everyone.
And we are going to discuss their choices of the modern era cartoons. Just a quick recap. In the last episode, we talked about cartoons that I chose from the 80s. We had He-Man. That was a thumbs up, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. We had Thundercats, which was another thumbs up.
Yeah.
We had Mask, which you really liked, Jess, because of the cars and stuff.
Amazing. I had a wobble, and I was like, yeah. So both for me.
Okay. We also had Jason the Wheeled Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for me.
And the final one that we had in the last show was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I think was thumbs up the best out of the 5 for you two.
No, I think Mask. Definitely. I think Thundercat.
Okay, fair enough. So we are going to get on to the modern era of cartoons right now, and you two have, between the two of you, come up with 5 different shows. So without further ado, let's reveal what they are.
Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the hill and the boat will never end. It's adventure time. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
SpongeBob SquarePants!
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish!
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! You take the moon and you take the sun.
You take everything that seems like fun. You start it all up and then you're done. So come on in, feel free to do some looking. Say a while, 'cause something's always cooking. Come on in, feel free to do some looking. Say a while, 'cause something's always cooking. Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
So there you are. There are the 5 cartoons, the 5 shows that we are going to be discussing today. Now, if you didn't know what they were, the first one was Adventure Time. We then had SpongeBob SquarePants, followed by Chowder, Teen Titans Go, and we closed it off with the regular show. So let's begin with Adventure Time. It was released in 2010 and is still running today. So it's been running now for 5 years and has had 193 episodes.
Whoa.
So, Jess, tell us a little bit about Adventure Time. What's it about?
This boy's called Finn, and the dog's called Jake, and he's stretchy. They live in this land of Ooh, and there are lots of strange characters. Lumpy Space Princess. You've got Ice King, who's always taking all the princesses. Toast Princess, Elbow Princess, Princess Bubblegum. And, like, Jake gets married, and he has puppies. And there is a little storyline through a couple of them, but mainly it's just pure nonsense.
Okay. Next, what do you think of Adventure Time?
I like it, and good, because I thought the dog could just like ruff, ruff, and it would just be normal. But the first time when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this looks good." Yes, because he skipped walking, and then he let me walk it, so that's thumbs up.
Now, to give it its official breakdown, Adventure Time is the adventures of Finn the boy and Jake the dog. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they live in the land of U, which is a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Something has happened in the past that has wiped out all of humanity, and all of the people that live in the land are made of candy. So you have the Candy Kingdom, and the main character is Princess Bubblegum, yeah? And Finn loves Princess Bubblegum, but he then moves on to love another princess.
Yeah.
And the main villain in this is the Ice King, who has a desire to marry a princess, and he is always going out and kidnapping them, and it's up to Jake and Finn to stop him. So, Megan.
Ice King, one time he said Ice King to one of the princesses. She said Nice King. Then I was like, Nice King is a nice name. Yes, my name is Nice King. And then loads of princesses loved him. And that was a bit weird. They could notice about that hat. And then Jake said, I'll be their knight. And then they recognised all this beard and thing in his bathroom, and then they just stuck it back on his face. And first, the princesses did not let them go anywhere near.
So that was one particular episode you were talking about there. Jess, what were you going to say?
Well, there are other bad guys, and this is Marceline the Vampire Queen, and her and Ice King, who used to be a normal guy called Simon. She was only little, and they were there in the goo explosion with all of the monsters. And Jake is kind of like, the Thundercats, because they're, like Megan said, she thought they'd just be normal cats, but they've got all these powers and stuff, and then Jake is all stretchy.
So whilst this show is sort of, each episode is standalone, and by that I mean there's no sort of recurring theme. No, what I was going to say is there is kind of a recurring thread throughout the whole thing, isn't there? Really, and there's one character. What's the snail called? Do you remember what the snail's called?
He's controlled by the Lich.
Yeah, by the Lich, and he appears in every single episode somewhere, but he's not part of the story. Anyway, no, because we need to move on to the next one.
Eternity.
Yeah. Thumbs up or thumbs down for Adventure Time?
Thumbs up. We've watched it for ages. Definitely thumbs up. And I just want to tell you, in some of them, we just have to spot that little snail.
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say, and this doesn't just apply to Adventure Time, it applies to basically all 5 shows that you've picked, is there seems to be a recurring constant in all of these modern cartoons that they all have to have song numbers in them. Now we're going to get to this in a little bit, and we're going to play a little bit of a song from each one, but for some random reason all of the cartoons that you picked all have song and dance numbers in them at some point. Moving on, we are now going to SpongeBob SquarePants, which was first released in 1999 and is still running today, and it has clocked up 360 episodes and not one but 2 films, the second of which we've just recently watched. Out of 10, what would you give the second SpongeBob movie?
I'd give 10, but
10 out of 10.
then I'd give like 100 out of 10 for the other one, because I love their songs.
Okay.
10, yes, then 1,000 out of 10, because I just really love all of it. SpongeBob.
Now, obviously, SpongeBob SquarePants isn't just a cartoon, it is pretty much a cultural phenomenon, and it has, like I say, been running for over 10 years now.
Whoa.
It is about the adventures of a sponge that lives in a pineapple under the sea called SpongeBob, and he's got a friend called Patrick who's a starfish. He's got a grouchy neighbour who's a squid called Squidward.
He's got a snail called Thingy.
His snail's called Gary. You watch this, I don't.
Yeah.
But each episode is pretty much standalone. There's no recurring theme on this one, and it is just good, clean, fun entertainment, isn't it, for children?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it tells us lots more, and it tells you to be more safety. in
So
it.
who's your favourite character in SpongeBob?
Well done, SpongeBob, to SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, what about you?
It's hard to choose, but out of all the films we've seen, and after this film and the other film and everything, I'd say Plankton because he's nice, really.
Yeah, but he's not really, is he? Just because he acts good sometimes, he still always really wants to steal the
But
Krabby
he
Patty
helped in the
formula.
movie. You
Okay.
would have watched.
So he's your favourite. Plankton's my favourite as well, but then I've got a soft spot for the villains. I always like the baddies. So we skip forward again to the third theme tune that we heard, and that was for Chowder. Now, Chowder lasted for 3 years between 2007 and 2010, and only ran for 49 episodes. So, Jess, this was one of your picks. Can you tell me about Chowder? What was Chowder about?
Basically about this boy.
Well, is he a boy?
I don't know.
But to give you the official thing, what it says,
You found
it
out
says
what he
Chowder
is.
is a 9-year-old cat bear rabbit,
Cat bear
rabbit, and he's training to be a chef under Mung Dao and his wife Truffles. Another chef who works in the kitchen is named Schnitzel. He's a rock monster. And Chowder's best friend is a mammoth named Gazpacho. He is stalked by a Chabit named Panini who loves him. Basically,
Yeah.
Panini thinks that Chowder is her
It's-
boyfriend.
Her mum is really.
It's not her mum. Panini works for Mung Dao's archenemy, Ms. Endive.
But why is she always with her? I mean,
Because she works for her the
where's
same
her
way.
mum?
What?
Where's her
She
mum?
doesn't have a mum. Chowder doesn't have a mum either. So,
Well,
tell us a little bit about Chowder.
he's the same age as me, and he's kind of crazy. He doesn't like life. And love. He's different. He has all these like weird things, and he always goes up to Pistachio if he's like, if he's sad, and he worries about things a lot, and he's always there to help Mongdal, really.
What do you think of Chowder?
I think it's good, exciting, and it shows you a little bit of feelings. I haven't watched it for a long time, and I haven't watched it for lots of time, so I don't know about it.
And the thing that you guys probably don't realise about Chowder is all of the characters are named after foods.
What?
Chowder is a type of food, Mung Dao is a type of food, Schnitzel is a type of food, Truffles is a type of sweet, Panini is a type of bread. They're all named after food. That was like the running theme of the show.
I like Schnitzel, and I don't know if this is true. They got in the first one that we watched. You got this like food turned into other food.
Okay, and who can tell me what Schnitzel says?
Rada rada,
Rada,
rada rada, rada, rada.
So if we got a thumbs up for that one?
Yes, rad.
Okay.
Rada.
Right, 2 thumbs up. The fourth of your 5 choices was Teen Titans Go. Now, this is one of Megan's choices. This ran from, it started in 2013. It's still running today. It's been going for 95 episodes so far. Before you tell us about it, I should just explain that this was originally Teen Titans, the original cartoon that you guys saw every single episode of, was released in 2003. Off the back of that, the comic book was released called Teen Titans Go, which followed the similar sort of style as the cartoon. It was serious, and then they created this new show, Teen Titans Go.
That's stupid and silly.
That is silly. So tell us a little bit about what happens in this cartoon.
They're basically superheroes. Robin is the one like what is a boy, and all the rest are mutants because
They're not mutants.
Are you talking about X-Men here?
Who's in the team?
Cyborg, and he's a robot. Robin, and he's just a boy who decided, I want to be a superhero.
Boy Wonder.
Make a team. And we've got Beast Boy. He can turn into not robots, animals and things. And we've got Raven, and she is with darkness, and she likes She likes lots of darkness things. And she likes watching a silly
And
program,
who's the last member of the team?
Starfire.
What does she do?
She is basically from another land, like Raven, and she can laser eye things. And she's basically Robin loves her.
Okay. What
And
do you
she's
want to
very
say about
helpful.
She's
Team
from
Let's Go?
Tamaran, and Raven. She's not that bad. She turns into Lady Legacy on one of them, and basically, Cyborg loves this bad villain called Jinx. Raven secretly likes Beast Boy.
Yes,
But Beast Boy sometimes thinks, he wants to go for other girls because Raven doesn't show it. And then you've got Robin going with Starfire. And they're all just a team that can sometimes be defeated. And the boys have boys' nights out. And it's just a fun, better way to have Teen Titans.
But which do you prefer? The serious one from 2003, where it had a constant enemy in Slade and they were always trying to beat him,
Slade.
or this jokey comic one that isn't serious at all whatsoever?
I like jokey one because it shows. I think it's fun. It has more. I like it. It's just good.
Okay, which do you prefer, the old one or this one?
This one because it's more funny and it's more exciting.
Okay, finally we had regular show, which was basically not even a theme tune, it was just a series of noises. That started in 2010 and is still running today. It ran for 187 episodes. Now, regular show was picked by you, was it, Megan?
Yes, it
What can you
was.
tell me about regular show?
Well, there's two friends and they're both animals. And he loves a girlfriend what's the same animal, just a different colour what's red, and that's Mordecai.
Okay.
He's bigger than Rigby.
Yeah, so you've got Mordecai. Regular show is about two 23-year-old friends.
23?
Yep. A blue jay named Mordecai and a raccoon called Rigby.
Yep.
They spend their time slacking off, which annoys their boss, Benson,
Yep.
Who's
who
like
is
a gumball machine.
he's a gumball machine.
And he's a bit.
They're
more
all strange
bossy.
characters.
And he's always bossy. And there's Skip
Yeah. Why is he called Skips?
because he skips a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was with his love, he used to be called Walks, but as
Yeah.
he got in love, he used to skip with his love. And when they fell apart, because he is like an immortal person. You might not know this, but he's like a legend or something, and he's put his name to Skip, and he's like defeated Claw, Bane, and like Mordecai and Rigby help him. He's like the strong Wolverine guy.
Okay, Megan.
And
What? Hang on. Why do you keep going back to Wolverine?
I don't-
There's two shows in the
I love
on the
X-Men.
back.
I
Okay.
love X-Men.
basically, you've got fairies, but they're men.
They're like babies. They're like the intergalactic gods.
And they help Skip. Because they put something on Skip to skip the whole life of him.
Okay,
No,
who else is in the
everyone is-
show?
Pop.
Who's Pop?
He likes skipping.
He is a boy,
Yeah.
and his money is lollipop.
Yeah. And Pops has a
Becomes
lollipop for a
people.
head.
Yeah.
Becomes people.
Okay. And who else is in it?
I know.
Jess?
High five goes to Muscle Man.
Oh, yeah.
Muscle Man says, Mom! They used to hate each other, but now they're best friends.
Who is High Five? Who is High Five Ghost, Megs?
Well, he's a ghost and he's a boy, and in school he was very famous when Muscle Man was,
Why is he called High Five Ghost?
because he's a ghost and he's got his hand.
A high five hand coming out of his head.
Yeah,
Well,
like
that's just
So,
because
right.
that's what he is.
Regular show. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
yes, thumbs up. I don't
Right.
Because there are programs, you know they're going to be a thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Right. So, out of the 5 that we had for the 80s cartoons,
Yeah.
if you had to choose one, which would it be?
Thundercat.
And you would pick.
I like Math, but I've got to say, if Jason the Real Warriors has a good story to it, then Jason the Real Warriors.
Okay. out of these 5, so Adventure Time, SpongeBob SquarePants, Chowder, Teen Titans Go and regular show, which one would you choose?
Teen Titans Go.
And you would choose?
SpongeBob, it's just amazing. You should watch it on Nickelodeon.
And of course, once again, there are other TV channels, both terrestrial and satellite, that you can watch cartoons on. You don't have to just tune into Nickelodeon. So, there you go. Actually, before we go, we need to ask the final question. 80s cartoons or the modern cartoons? Which one would you pick? Modern cartoons, and Jess?
Modern.
But you do like the 80s ones, yeah?
Yeah, I kind of like the 80s one. I'm going to think about it.
And I will say that obviously my vote goes to the 80s cartoons, but I do have an appreciation for the modern cartoons. Now, going back a little bit before we started talking about the shows, I mentioned that they all seem to have songs in them for some random reason. So let's check out some of the songs, shall we?
Round and round as the nature flows, it's like one big ring. Caterpillars eat plants, small birds eat caterpillars, big birds eat small birds. Bacteria eats the dead big bird from their plants grow.
I see eyes of food, red bacon too. I see 'em sizzle for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful food. So follow me, big food. Come back with me. Food as pretty as you needs to be seen.
This is the clock song, we're setting all the clocks wrong. This is the clock song, we're setting all the clocks wrong. Benson's all about keeping track of time, but 2 in the morning's where we draw the line.
He does everything to keep you on track, but it doesn't really matter because the dude is whack, whack, whack.
This is the clock song, we're setting all the clocks wrong.
When I say I want, you say pie. I want
Pie.
I want
Pie. When I say yummy, you say pie. Yummy,
pie.
yummy.
Pie. Apple.
Rhubarb,
Peach or
pear,
any kind. We don't care.
I love pie.
Yeah, I love pie. Oh, we love pie.
I call this one the campfire song. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along.
Bum, bum.
CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. Patrick!
Song. CAMPFIRESONG.
Squidward! Good! It'll help if you just sing along. Oh yeah!
And there you go. The songs don't really make sense. They're nonsense. But then again, the plots for most of the cartoons are as well. Thank you very much for listening to episode 6 of World of Stew. Again, you can check me out on Facebook on World of Stew, or my website, which is silentmovieman.wix.com/World of Stew. In closing, I'd just like to thank Jessica for being on the show.
Bye.
And I'd thank Megan for being on the show.
Thank you for listening to us. Bye.
And I will be back for episode 7. Take it easy.